welcome to my channel. Well, today I'm wearing my Freewell shirt. You see right here, I've got a nice wide angle, but let's bring that in. And the reason I have the Freewell shirt on, that's good right there. So the reason I have the Freewell shirt on is because today we are going to take a look at Freewell ND filters. I do have one polarized filter in the package, but mostly ND filters. Let me just show you what the box looks like. There's the front of the box. And there's the back of the box. And inside the box, you get the little microfiber cloth here for cleaning your lens when it's dirty. And you get this really cool new Freewell case to hold your filters. And if I open it up, it looks like this. And there are your Freewell filters, all made of aircraft lightweight aluminum, plus glass in the center, multi-coated. So these are about as good as you get when you buy ND filters. I have an ND4 over here, and it goes up to an ND8, ND16 is the highest. So the higher the number, the darker the filter, the less light will come into your lens. I do have one up here. This is a polarized filter. We'll get into that in a little bit later. Here's my little Mavic 2 Pro camera with the little Hasselblad writing on the front. Just get that into focus. Now, where it says Hasselblad, that's actually a piece of glass over the front. It might even be a UV filter, but I'm not sure. So that snaps off, and when you take that off, that's where you put your Freewell filter. And to snap off your filter, you just turn it a little bit on an angle. You'll see it turns and it will click, and then you just pull off the cover like that. Here I've placed an ND4 Freewell filter on the actual lens itself, and that's what it looks like. So you can see it's kind of dark because it lets less light in. Now, since these filters are made of aircraft lightweight aluminum and the glass is quite light, it has no effect on your gimbal. Your gimbal doesn't even notice it's there, to be quite honest. All right, so enough chit chat about ND filters. How about I get out there and fly and show you the ND filters on this here Mavic 2 Pro. Now, I want to mention this before I go outside, because the reason I'm indoors right now is because yesterday, well, a few days ago, we had a tornado here in Ottawa. Actually, two tornadoes, which is very rare to have tornadoes in Ottawa, and even more rare to have two of them in a row, and the weather's got all messed up. So yesterday I was outside and I was in shorts and a t-shirt and it was perfectly fine, but today it is like 7 degrees Celsius. So 7 degrees Celsius, I'll put that below what that equals in Fahrenheit, and you'll see it's kind of chilly and cold. But I'll go out and fly this baby in the wind. It might rock around a bit, but we'll see what happens. Oh, one final thing I should mention about ND filters is that ND stands for neutral density. So that means that there should be zero effect on the color. So in other words, if I don't put a filter on and I fly and I look at the same object with a filter on, and I put those two images side by side and you're just looking at the color, there should be no difference in color from without the filter to with the filter. The only difference you're going to see is the shutter should slow down, so you should start seeing some motion blur along the bottom, which makes things look a little bit more cinematic. Darn, I was just about to go outside and I just realized I forgot to talk about this one. This is the polarized filter. Okay, really quick explanation. So when the sun is shining outside, it hits objects and it causes reflections. Now, if you've ever noticed when the sun hits the water, it can actually bounce off the surface, so you can't see through the water. You ever notice when the sun hits foliage like trees, leaves, that green stuff? Sometimes the leaves look the wrong color because the sun is reflecting off them. And the same is true for any objects that provide glare. Now, you use a polarized filter to get rid of all of that. So this here filter with the polarized coating is what is called a fixed polarized lens. In other words, you put it on your camera and you cannot adjust it. I can't rotate the lens for the polarization of the sun. It is fixed. Now, with such a polarized lens that is fixed and non-circular, you can fly around in any angle with this lens and you'll get some benefits here and there. So I'm going to show you by flying around in all different directions with that lens on, and you decide for yourself if it's something for you. All right, so as stated before, let's get out and fly. You might have seen this in one of my other videos in my bag here. Where is it? So in my bag, I usually carry around a small square landing and takeoff pad. Now check this out. So in the same bag, I should actually change locations. Freewell sent me this other bag. Here it is here. Comes in a nice little microfiber case. I'm getting it kind of dirty because I've been using it a while, so it's getting soaked and stained. But here's the same landing pad, but this thing here is freaking massive. Let's go. Now, the reason I use this massive one, it's yellow on this side, you can see it there, it's so huge, it's going to fill the screen if I put it in front, it's so big. So anyways, the reason let's get this over this way. The reason I use this thing is because when it sits on the ground, well, it's not going to fly away. So I just plop it down, step on it, and
there we go. I don't have to put pegs in the ground like I do with the other one. So I kind of like this one. It's pretty cool. Anyways, if you've never seen the large one like this before, I'll put a link to the small one and the large one below in the description of this video. Got my Mavic 2 Pro, pull off the little guards for the props, and we're all set to go. All right, you can see my Mavic Pro 2 camera down here. It's all powered on. You'll notice there's no filter on it. So for the first flight, no filter. Then every subsequent flight, I'm going to add a 4, an 8, and a 16 ND filter. Let's zoom up. Got GPS. You would think with that sun, it's warm out here, but it's not that warm. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Mavic 2 Pro, put on the, what am I going to put on? I'm going to put on the polarized filter. Now, it's not a circular polarizer, so I can't adjust it for the sun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly it around at different angles and see if you notice anything. Here we go.
Alright, so I'm back inside, change of clothes, and what did you think of those filters? I thought they were pretty good, and I noticed one thing really cool about freewheel filters. Check this out. Alright, so here's the Mavic 2 Pro camera, and if you look at the top part, that is the UV filter that comes with the camera. Now you have to turn it a bit to pull it off. But there's a problem. If your fingers are cold, you will never get this lens cover off because there's nothing to grip. So check this out. The smart people at Freewell put little grippy things on the side. Check that out. You can see them right there, the ridged edges. That makes it so easy to turn these lens filters to actually take them off and put them on. You know, DJI should have contacted Freewell to get the same thing. You can take these filters off no matter how cold it is outside, and you can put them on as well. All right, so with all that said, I'm going to put a link below to where you can find these here filters in the back. Well, that's not them. That's just the Freewell website, and for some reason, they're still showing the Mavic Air on the site. They should have the Mavic 2 Pro up there, but I guess the Mavic Air is the most popular drone. So I'll put a link below where you can actually buy these filters. They're on Amazon. They have tons of them, and Freewell is sending me many more filters for the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, and you'll see a lot more demos of the filters coming up. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and all I have left to say is I'll see you in the next video. Take care.